one of the vice presidents of publishing, which is a publishing company. And my mom worked hard as a school teacher as well, and they both showed me how to work hard. But they still, my dad got his butt out of bed every day at 5:30 in the morning and rushed into Manhattan, and he did very well for himself. He had the BMW, the house, and the kids and everything, but he was still busting his butt at age 62, 63. And that to me wasn't really a success. And I wanted to, you know, who likes to work? No one really likes to work. I love what I do, but let's be honest, I'd rather go skiing and ride motorcycles all day than go to work. So I wanted to find something that could allow me to have free time. At that point, I had a landscaping business with my brother. We were making cash all the time. It was a good business. You know, we made our own hours. And it was a lot of fun. We built it up to about 20 accounts and eventually handed it off to my little brother when I came here to Rowan. And he just kind of ran it to the ground. So what I learned from that is don't hand your business off to your musician-minded little brother. He's a great rock star, though. So that was the landscaping business. Then I did a CollegeWorks painting internship, which was a great experience. At the time, it was very frustrating. I didn't make any money, but I went around and you have to sign up $25,000 worth of painting jobs, and then you start your own painting business, and they teach you how to paint a house, but you have no idea how to paint a house. And you hire your friends to paint houses and pay them minimum wage, and they show up sometimes, and sometimes they don't, and then you end up painting houses really terribly. So I learned how to work for free, which is the most important thing you can learn as an entrepreneur, is how to work for free, how to go out there and pitch something. You may not know exactly all the details of what you're pitching, how you're going to pay back every penny of your investor or whatever you're asking for, but you pitch with confidence, with passion, and that's really what we do. We have to fake it till we make it a little bit, and that's obviously something that requires you to work at a little more. So I, of course, had the entrepreneurial mindset. You know, I knew that I wanted some free time. I knew I didn't want to work my whole life, but I knew I wanted a lifestyle that was certainly above average. And I had a very expensive taste. So I went to Colorado to teach kids how to ski for 6 months and thought about what I wanted to do with my life. And I wrote down where I wanted to be when I was 30. I was 22 at the time. I wanted to have a passive income of $100,000. That means I could lay in bed all day and make $100,000 a year. And I wanted to have about $1 million of income, $1 million of real estate to get that 10% return, get that $100,000 a year. So I said, okay, to get $1 million worth of real estate in my pocket at that cash flow rate, what do I need to do? I need to learn the business. I need to meet investors. I need to get deals coming in, develop businesses that acquire deals, develop a dream team of attorneys and accountants and wholesalers and realtors and investors and contractors and home inspectors, anyone you can imagine. And at the bottom of the list was, go get your real estate license. Learn the business, all right? It's $500 to get your real estate license. In this market, it's easy to make money as an agent, especially where I live in Hoboken. Flip them quick. But at that time, it was 2009, and the market was dismal. And I made no money my first year. Absolutely no money. I had $5,000 in my pocket. I had to borrow another $3,000 from my dad. You know, it was a tough time. I was learning the business. I was striking out. I was jumping to different brokerages, going to Jersey City, going back to Central Jersey. Then eventually, I knew I wanted to get into the investment side of it, and I knew I wanted to get into flipping houses and acquiring real estate. That was the goal. But I had to develop those connections and meet those people. So eventually, I got into short sale flipping. Okay, the most amazing part of real estate is that when I go ask someone for $250,000, I'm not asking them to so much give it to me. Okay, it's going to go to an asset. Okay, the property holds that value, it retains that value, as long as I maintain it, and I renovate it, and I rent it out, or I flip it, whatever I'm going to do with that piece of real estate. The asset is what's raising the money, the building, not me. I'm just the man behind it. I just control it. Okay, I don't necessarily own it. Okay, sometimes it's better to control something rather than own it. Okay, my LLC might own it, but I don't put the money in. So I eventually learned the real estate game as an agent. All right, I started to take my clients, and they say, hey, Aaron, I want a 10% return. I said, how about a 14% return? They said, that sounds great, where's the property? I said, I don't know yet, but I'm gonna find it, and you're gonna invest in me. Okay, we're gonna flip houses, we're gonna, or do commercial real estate where I buy and refinance out. And so I eventually learned the business. I started to convert my clients into investors, all right? And I started to build a team of people that were smarter than me and more experienced than me, okay? What entrepreneurs do is they find people that are more experienced and smarter and been around the block and have better connections, okay? Because we as young people don't really have a whole lot. And we especially don't have capital or experience. So I had to build my experience. I had to build my network. And I started networking furiously. I go to networking events all the time. I'd be working till 10 o'clock at night. You know, it's 15-hour days just constantly the first few years. And just met everyone I could. Okay, I developed a list of all those people. I followed up on them. I hired an assistant as soon as I could afford it. That was the best thing I ever did. All right, boosted my realtor business immediately into 6 figures. And the bottom line is I learned how to delegate. Start delegating all the minute tasks that you have in a day. You can delegate. You can go to odesk.com. You get virtual assistants overseas for $4 an hour. You can delegate a lot. You can delegate your homework. Don't do it. That's against the rules. Don't do it. But, you know, I started to free up my time and work on my business rather than in my business. So where was my time best spent? Was it spent showing a $1,000 rental where I might walk away with a few $100, or was it spent having that outsourced to another agent and then focusing on meeting with the big players, the guys that were buying $1 million properties, and trying to lock them up and acquire their capital so I could go on to my next flip? You know, I realized that each deal I came across, each property, how can I extract the most value, the most profit out of that deal? All right, now I can sell it as an agent and make 3%, maybe 6%. Okay, I could raise the money, buy it, and flip it, make anywhere from 50 to 100K on one deal. Or if it's a cash flowing property, I could buy it, renovate it, rent it out, and refinance out. I'll go into more detail about that in a minute. And so I started looking at each property, not just as an agent, but as an entrepreneur, and how can I extract the value? And I started to really understand entrepreneurship at that point. I had a great understanding of it after graduating here, but what we do is we find resources, okay? We bring these resources together, we define value where no one else can see it. Maybe they see it, but they don't know how to get it. And I don't necessarily know how to get it yet either, but I know that this person has money, this person has properties, and they don't know each other, but I know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this guy's money with this guy's properties, all right? And you can do that in a lot of things. You know, when you want to raise money, you're saying, listen, I need $100,000 of franchise, which says you don't have $100,000. Of course you don't, okay? If you did, don't invest it all into your business, you know, and put down 20 or 10 or the minimum amount you can, you know, create that business plan, raise that $100,000. Right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to raise $5 million. I've gotten to a point where now I've built a business where I have house flipping business. That's where we buy residential real estate, foreclosures, fixer-uppers. I have contractors that fix them up. I have project managers that manage my contractors. And of course, I'm a realtor. I have other realtors that help me sell properties. And I have hard money lenders, guys that break your kneecaps if you don't pay them, and then nicer guys that don't break your kneecaps. They're just like more like a face.
That was our problem.
And
we didn't break kneecaps.
So now, you know, we have my team in place. But how did I get here? You know, 2 years ago I was broke, and I didn't really know that much about real estate. So I'm still a little flabbergasted myself. I got to the point where now I have 4 successful businesses. And what I did was just I rode everyone's coattails. All right, everyone's got coattails. I got coattails. You got coattails. Our professors have coattails. Ride those coattails. Meet with them. Network with them. Meet their friends. Go walk up to the best dressed guy in the room. What does he do? Walk up to the guy who's driving the S550. You know what I mean? What does he do? These are people that, if that's what you want in your life, approach them. If they're successful, they're willing to talk to you. I love it when people ask me what I do. Okay? I talk way too much on dates. Okay? You know, that's the problem. So, you know, you have to be able to talk about yourself. But what we need to do is build our value. Build your experience. Build who you are. What are you worth? Okay? I'm asking people right now to pay me $350,000 a year. I'm 26 years old. I don't deserve that. That's a ridiculous number. My dad was vice president of Sterling Publishing. He didn't make that. I've been working in this business for 3 years. That's ridiculous. Okay? But that line alone is why we do entrepreneurship, okay?